Hi, this is Jayesh from Firemon, and today I'm going to show you how seamlessly Firemon integrates with ServiceNow. And this is based on our application available in the ServiceNow marketplace. So the first step is to go ahead and initiate a new ticket from within ServiceNow, and this is the form that would be seen by the requester of the rule. We can go and add a due date, create the application name, select an application owner, add in our requester email, and this would be pre-populated for your customers, and at this point we can add a customer and business need. Once the general section is completed, we can move on to the actual rule request itself. So as we see here, there's a table which is replicating what would traditionally be on a firewall rule request form. So I've entered my requirements. I can go ahead and click add, and again we can add multiple rows into a given request. Once I've done that, I can go ahead and click order now, and this will generate the request within ServiceNow. The first step is for us to gain approval for the request, and this is done within ServiceNow. So we go down to the approvers tab, and the approver would go ahead and approve it. Now, once this has been approved, we can see here the policy planner ticket has been created, and it's now waiting on a design of the change plan. So if I move over into Firemon Policy Planner, I should be able to find a ticket with this request. So this latest ticket here, this is the request which is related to my ServiceNow ticket, and I can see within here it's transformed the data across, and the information that I'd entered on the ServiceNow record is now available here within Firemon. So we can see the business need, we can see the priority, the due date, the application name, the owner, and also the request item number here. So at this point, I assign the ticket to myself and go and add a change to a device. So I have the ability to have an auto recommendation, or I can add a manual rule change. In this case, I'll add a manual rule change. Now I'm going to add a new rule to an existing firewall. Next, I can select where I'm going to add that rule. I'm going to say I want to add it right at the top of the policy. And then Firemon will select any existing objects and will enter those into the design. So here I can see it selected the source network, the destination, and the service. And at this point, I will make sure I select the zones. And once that's complete, enter the rule name. And then I can hit save. And this would conclude the design of the rule. So here I can see the contents of that. And once I'm complete with the design, I can hit the complete button, and this will move the ticket over into the review stage, where we run all of our controls and assessments and provide you some additional information as to whether this rule request should be approved or not. So as we can see, it's now in the review stage. At this point, I'll be going back to ServiceNow. So at this point, the ticket should update over here. So if I hit refresh, I can now see that it's approved. And if I look at my request items, I can see it's waiting for security review. So we've gone through the firewall change design, and the information has been shared back to ServiceNow, and the ticket's now in security review. So if I open this request item, I can go ahead and now approve this. And once that's been approved from the ServiceNow perspective, I can see here I now have an attachment, and I can open that, and that will be the contents of the ticket from Firemon. Now I'll move back over into Policy Planner. where the ticket's been through its review stage. If I refresh, I'll see that this ticket's now moved to the implement stage. So this is where the firewall engineer would pick up the ticket, assign it to themselves, and then review the changes and the design that was completed in the previous step. So here, this provides all of the information required by the end firewall engineer to actually implement that rule on the firewall. Under the change plan, we can see those steps also. And reviewing the ticket history, we can see that that change was approved, and it was approved through ServiceNow. So at this point, the firewall engineer would go ahead and either use firewall automation to implement that rule, or they would implement it manually and then move that ticket over into the verify stage. So as we can see, this ticket's now moved over into the verify stage. So if you're looking to integrate security policy management with your existing ServiceNow workflows, FireMon can help.